financially mostly, from what I see. Because it's all about everybody wants to be a big shot, but they got to pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat.
If I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference, almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. Let's say he comes in at 200 pounds. It's still a 65-pound weight advantage, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Into that,
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real.
Mike Tyson isn't pulling any punches when it comes to Jake Paul's latest bold claim about beating Gervonta Tank Davis. The former heavyweight champion, known for his brutal honesty as much as his bone-crushing power, absolutely tore into Jake after the YouTuber-turned-boxer suggested he could take down one of the most feared fighters alive. Tyson, who's been both mentor and critic throughout Jake's wild boxing journey, made it crystal clear that stepping into the ring with a pound-for-pound monster like Tank isn't a joke. It's a reality check. And with that trademark Tyson edge, he reminded Jake that there's a world of difference between internet fame and true boxing greatness.
Quite surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumors of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis's kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumors about his retirement, I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
The long-awaited showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis is officially set for November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. Originally planned for Atlanta, the bout was relocated after the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission raised red flags over the massive weight gap separating the two fighters, a move that only adds more fuel to the already blazing hype surrounding this controversial matchup.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
It's wild when you think about it. Jake Paul walks into this fight with a record of 12 wins, 7 by knockout, and just 1 loss. What started as internet fame turned into a full-blown boxing career, fueled by headline-grabbing crossover bouts and smart business moves that kept his name echoing through both the sports and entertainment worlds.
people are like so fucking insecure. Kind of lost myself in the whole entertainment world. And so when I found boxing, it gave me that like routine, that discipline. I got to like take time for myself in these boxing camps, and every day for training I had to like meditate. And boxing gave me the ability to like reflect on myself and like realizing who I was and who I wanted to be, and that helped me mature. You get addicted to that validation from others. That's something that I realized that I had to face. And like, why do so many people want clout? I'm not good enough. I need followers. I need likes. It's driving a lot of our generation because they're working so hard to get this external validation.
Gervonta Davis steps in undefeated with 30 wins, 1 draw, and a trail of brutal knockouts behind him. He's the reigning WBA lightweight champion, but that title won't be on the line this time, and for good reason. The size gap is just too extreme. Instead, this fight's being billed as an exhibition, meaning the usual rules of a pro bout, rounds, weight limits, even certain regulations, are up for negotiation depending on which commission signs off on it.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Who do you think will win between Jake Paul and Gervonta? But I don't know. It should be Gervonta, right? But the waist size and everything, we'll see. It's a fun entertainment.
Mike Tyson, who's already shared the ring with Jake Paul, has reportedly urged him to tread carefully as he prepares to face Gervonta Davis. Tyson knows firsthand the kind of pressure and intensity that comes with fighting Jake, but he also understands the danger of stepping in with someone as explosive and technically sharp as Tank. Sure, Paul's got youth and size on his side, but Tyson believes Davis's speed, precision, and knockout power make him lethal no matter the weight gap. His warning isn't just advice, it's concern. Tyson fears Jake might be underestimating just how real the danger is. The fight may be a spectacle that grabs headlines, but as Tyson put it, Jake has to decide if the spotlight is really worth the risk to his legacy and his body.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Eddie Hearn isn't mincing words when it comes to Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Gervonta Davis. He's calling it what it is, a dangerous mismatch disguised as a spectacle. Hearn warned that while the payday and publicity might be massive, the physical risk is even bigger, and Jake could walk out of this fight seriously hurt. He admitted the fight will sell, no question, but said bluntly that sometimes the danger outweighs the dollars. To him, this isn't just about wins or losses, it's about survival. And with Jake already eyeing future mega fights like one with Anthony Joshua, Hearn believes this clash could derail everything. Sure, he called it a 50-50 on paper, but his tone said it all. Jake Paul isn't just betting his record, he's betting his health.
We know that Gervonta's going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
I think it's extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. You know, I've got the general feedback is the boxing world saying, please AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything is that Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat Anthony Joshua. I think that's the only reason we're going to see this fight. But I truly believe you're going to see it at the beginning of 20.
Carl Froch, the former super middleweight world champion, has sounded the alarm on the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition, calling the matchup a potential safety disaster. He pointed out the staggering 65-pound weight gap between the two fighters, with Jake Paul competing near the 200-pound cruiserweight limit, while Davis usually fights at 135. Froch didn't sugarcoat it. He made it clear that such a size difference isn't just unfair, it's dangerous. In his eyes, this isn't a boxing match. It's a risk that could have serious consequences. And no amount of hype or money justifies putting two fighters that far apart in weight into the same ring.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. Swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Froch argued that in a legitimate boxing world, this fight would never get licensed because the risk is simply too great. He emphasized that Gervonta Davis has never faced anyone with Jake Paul's sheer size and power, and the danger lies in the unknown. One clean shot from a man that heavy, especially a wild punch thrown with full force, could cause real, lasting damage. Froch's message was clear. This isn't just a spectacle. It's a situation where the thrill of entertainment might be crossing into recklessness.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical again. I've said before, he's not a professional boxer. He never will be. And he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So, Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
Though Froch admits that Davis has the superior skill, movement, and ring IQ to control stretches of the fight, he questions whether Tank has the raw power to truly hurt someone of Jake Paul's size. And that's where the danger lies. No matter how good Davis is technically, Froch believes the massive weight gap tilts the fight into unsafe territory. An uneven clash where one man's natural size could overpower the other's talent.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in, and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share, and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen isn't buying the outrage. Unlike most critics, he doesn't see the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup as nearly as mismatched as people claim. On his YouTube channel, he calmly said, "It's not as bad a fight as you guys think," drawing a clear line between this bout and the absurd idea of Jake fighting Anthony Joshua. But Sonnen did highlight one major flaw, Tank's inability to sell a fight. He argued that Davis, for all his knockout power and elite skills, just doesn't know how to promote a spectacle or create buzz, whether it's a championship bout or a pay-per-view main event. And in a fight built on hype as much as hands, that's a serious disadvantage.
The exact opposite has happened. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is not fighting nobody. The opposite of fighting Anthony Joshua is fighting Tank Davis. Okay. So, there's one big glaring issue for me. It's just your partner being Tank Davis. Tank is not the guy that knows how to sell a fight. Tank cannot sell a fight in his own division. It could be a title fight, a contenders fight, a main event fight. He could be the favorite. He could be the underdog. Tank doesn't know how to bring that information to you guys in a way that is compelling. And Tank is already blinking in this situation. You have one guy who is argued amongst the pound for pound current greats in boxing. You have another guy that has suggested he should not even be allowed to box, that he should have to call it something different. He should not be licensed. He should not be ranked in the top 14. He should never be selected for a world title.